All right, Panther, let's continue our series talking about ball screens that Cal Filipowski was involved in the Duke Blue Devils win over the Pittsburgh Panthers on Tuesday night. So this time we're going to be talking about flare screens. As I mentioned before, this is progressive, so this is a situation that Pitt did not defend extremely well. We're going to talk a little bit about why, of course, but the main thing is in these situations, the ball handler's defender has to be able to get over the screens. Again, this is something that Panthers did not want to concede in terms of threes, so they were constantly fighting over screens and usually having the screener's defender then trying to contain show in some form underneath until the ball handler's defender was able to recover. So a flare screen is obviously dangerous because if that takes too long to occur, then you have a wide open shot for the screener. That happens a lot with Guillermo Diaz-Graham, right? If you're a Pitt fan, you've probably watched him do that, 25, 30 times already this year. So same situation. We're going to look at three sequences here. We're going to talk about why this was successful for Duke. So a lot of these happened in transition. This one is a pretty nice design by the Blue Devils because this is coming out of transition, and it's pretty much a double screen, like a staggered screen here. And Jalen, who's already trying to fight over, is going to have a hard time getting over both of the screens. This is going to put him in such a trailing position that it's going to force Federico to help longer. And because Filipowski is going to flare off of this, he's going to end up getting like a semi-contested three that's mostly in semi-transition here. So a lot of this is good design, but you'll see by the time like Jalen gets back over, Federico is starting to move, but I mean, this is mostly going to be a clean look for Filipowski. Nothing disrupts his shooting motion at all. This time, we're going to see this more in a half-court set, but Filipowski, who said a lot of these types of like pitch ahead, dribble handoff type of motions, he's going to flare out here to the wing. I think this is a little bit miscommunication, but Bub never gets back. So he does get fully screened here. I mean, it's very obvious. This is going to force Guillermo to have to help here forever. And then Bub gets caught in no man's land. So this is a little bit miscommunication. At this point, this probably should just be a switch. No, it's not ideal for Bub to be on Filipowski. It's not ideal for Guillermo to be on pretty much anyone that could dribble the ball for Duke, but that's just, what they're going to probably have to live with given the situation. So tons of miscommunication here. There's two guys standing here. The ball's going to Filipowski. It's going to be another open three. And here in this last one again, and I'm going to, this is going to pretty much bleed into the final video, is you're going to see here is that dribble, pitch ahead, DHO action that Filipowski was involved in more than anything else here on Tuesday night. And he is going to flare this. Again, Jalen is going to try to fight over, but he's going to be a semi-trail. So Guillermo is going to contain underneath. And because it takes a while for Jalen to get back, because this time Foster really stretches out the ball screen here. They didn't do this a lot. They really didn't need to. The flare turns into a hard closeout by Hinson. And then Filipowski, who was pretty much shooting fireballs out of his hands from the beginning, makes a nice patient shot here in the paint. So this is a situation where it was kind of no win. Filipowski, credit to him that he set really good screens, which forced the Pitt ball handlers, defenders into a trailing position, and they just had a really good timing about him. So these are the kind of things you hope that a team doesn't torch you. They absolutely did, of course. Not really sure what Pitt could have done better other than maybe anticipate a flare. I'm not really sure, but some of these are just going to be lose-lose, and that's exactly what happened.